collect my thoughts. I always do when I turn on the camera. It's a lot harder to think when the camera's on. Okay, where do I start? Okay, I've heard the saying that it's not a very well-known saying, probably because people don't want you to know it. But I've heard the saying that time is the soul, and when you work, you're on someone else's time. You're selling. This is kind of just something I've recently, has become clear. That you're selling your time, and you're on their time. In order when you're employed, apparently, which is not something I understood going into the workforce when I was young, just out of high school. And when you're on someone else's time, and if time is the soul, like the saying goes, then they can do all kinds of things. They can mess you up because it happened to me. And it's still happening. Still happening. People steal my time. People steal my time, and after, this all, when I finally lost, when my mind, they finally did, got into my head to the point where I was hearing voices, a voice mostly. When I first heard my voice, or the voice, after that point, I lost my entire youth. All the time I could have spent living my life, I lost. And I ain't getting it back. No matter how much time I get back in old age, if I live much longer, I will not get my youth back. The time which is most important to me, the beginning, because that determines where you go, right? I mean, you don't start at the end to determine where you end up. You live you make choices along the way as you live life, which determine where you end up. But I ain't getting that youth back. I ain't getting that period of my life back. And as far as I'm concerned, that debt can never be repaid. But I expect that they will pay the price. If not to me, they will pay some kind of. There will be the tables will turn eventually. No matter how much they try to stop it, eventually the tables will turn. It just happens, unless. But that's not going to give me back my youth, in the time I could have improved my life, had a better outcome, and they're still getting in my head, still stealing my time. My own mother does it, and she is unbelievably good at it. And if they hadn't stolen my time from the start, I wouldn't be living with my mother. I wouldn't be disabled, And I think that's important. I think that's important for people to understand. But I'm never getting my youth back. I can't go back and change, alter the course of the way things went. I can't. I can't do that, as far as I know. You know, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel like this is the worst thing that can happen to a person. Dying would be. I tried to kill myself in the beginning, and I didn't die. But I think if I did die, if I had actually physically died and it had been over, it would have been a lot better for me. But I guess the only thing I can take away from this is that I'm still here for them to have to repay, but they can never do it. You know, the people who have stolen my time and my youth, my life, the only thing I really am here for is to make sure they have to pay for it just by existing. Just for me, just by still being alive. At some point, the tables, I'm pretty sure, will turn, and they will have to repay me, and their children will have to repay me, and so on and so forth. For what they've done to me, because they did it. I didn't want to do it. They're the perpetrators. You know, they have to pay for it. And the reason I say their children and their children's children and so on will have to repay is because I never got to have children because of this. So yeah, that's that's worse than murder, because my children never actually even got to live. You know, is how I choose to see it, because of what they did and how much I hate them. Hate them. I hate them. And I don't even know exactly who's responsible. I know my mom can is 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 able to do like steal my time, get in my head, and I know nobody will stop her. And she gets into my head to the point where I don't feel like I can move out on my own because of what I'm because I have to deal with her first. I have to be able to do it. I have to be able to function correct normally in order to just get away from her, you know? And I can't, because she has the ability and probably the experience that it takes to mess with people's heads, especially mine. She knows me very well, you know? But, sorry, I just woke up not too long ago. Not really in the mood for hair combing when I don't have a reason to wake up anymore. Other than if I don't, somebody's going to say something. I never agreed to sell my time, and I never agreed to be on someone else's time consciously. No, I wouldn't give up my time I never would have given up my time willingly. This has all been a trip. I've been taken for a ride, set up, suckered in, and pushed around. And I sincerely hope that there is a price for doing that to someone. Sincerely hope. Because they have racked up quite a debt, I would say. I would say, wouldn't you say? But you may be watching this saying as one of the people who actively steal from other people their time, try to take control over other people by getting in their head and robbing them of the control over their own life. All right. Well, think about it. Tables turning and all that. And the price, which you probably can't repay. All of you people who know what you're doing, and you're just trying to stop it. You're just trying to delay the inevitable. Because tables turn, And every time, every little second you delay is like another eternity that you're gonna have to pay. Me and people like me that you've done this to, and you know it. That's why you will do anything to delay it, because you ain't coming back from it. If debts have to be repaid, I'm assuming they do. Once the tables do turn. All right, that's all that's just the realization that the understanding I have come to. I won't have to do anything. All I gotta do is exist until the tables do turn, and then maybe beyond. I hope it comes soon. Hope it comes over 2 decades ago. That way they won't have to repay. And I won't have to pay anything either. And, I don't know. I'll just have to pay my way like normal. Because I won't be being robbed blind. I won't be able to. But those years are gone. Oh, there's an alarm coming up, everybody. 9 a.m. Upcoming alarm. you'd think the phone would automatically be programmed to block those loud ass noises when there's a recording going on. You'd think. Whatever. But I'll let you guys contemplate what my little ideas. Okay. All right.